history as Africans, right, it's never told correctly in America. So first of all, we got to understand that we've been given a lot of misinformation about who we are, why we're here. We've been called Negro, colored, you know, we even call ourselves black. And black has this connotation of being negative throughout everything. Everything that's negative is black. So who created that? You know, the Europeans brought our ancestors here over 400 years ago. They went to Africa, stole us, right? It was the Dutch. They first started 1619 or 1609, and particularly here in North America, they brought us here to this island here called, we call it New York, but it was originally called Manhattan by the Indians. This is their land, right? And the Dutch brought our ancestors here, and they started selling us down there where Chambers Street is, Wall Street, you know. They would bring us up from the Henry Hudson River, march our behinds up in chains and whatnot. They would sell us, they would auction us off right there, and we were referred to as stock, right? That's where showing the connection with the New York Stock Exchange. Back in those days, animals, horses, pigs, you know, farmers, they referred to them as stock. When they were selling our ancestors, they referred to us as stock as well. So as time goes by, these different people would exchange or share their stock. So that's how the New York Stock Exchange first got started, okay? Because we referred to as stock as well. When they brought us here, the Indians had this land called Manhattan, right? The Dutch had a deal, they renamed it New Amsterdam. And because the Dutch had a deal with the British to also bring enslaved Africans here, as a favor to the British monarchy, this island was renamed New York after the Duke of York. It was part of, that's where the name comes from. So we always have to remember and understand the origins of who we are and where we came from, because we've been lied to. See, when we came here, they took away our language. They took away everything, our culture. They did that purposely. So anything that they taught us going forward, we had to adapt to. This even what we're speaking right now. Sometimes you hear people from the South, you know, everybody says, oh, they can't talk all country. Well, this is not their language. We had to learn how to speak. We had to learn how to say the instead of the. We had to learn how to say that instead of that. This is not our language. Our language was taken from us. So we had to adapt as time goes by. I was sharing with you before we came on, and I'm sorry to take so much time, but I'm just so bad. I was sharing with you 2 years ago today, I had gone to Ghana with my wife, right, on a vacation and to learn. And I found out so much about what I don't know. Being so-called, you know, black nationalist, I thought I knew what I was talking about, right? I found I didn't know a damn thing. Not a damn thing about who we are. We've been lied to from the very, very beginning. We have sometimes scholars that can get up and articulate our culture, our history, because they articulate, because they've read what someone else wrote about us, and they are able to articulate it. So we think, oh damn, they know what the hell they talk about. But they only know what the man told them. So we have to understand, you mentioned why is this month, you know, when we give 28 days, we're given crumbs. It's been like that. Don't expect anything different in America. Don't expect equality in America, ever. We gotta get off of that. Think of that, they're gonna treat us equal. They're not. This experiment called America is not gonna be for us. So we can, imagine this. I would prefer to have human rights. Malcolm was talking about human rights. It wasn't about civil rights. See, why should laws have to be passed so that we can have the same freedom as Europeans, or as they call them, white folks? Why does a law have to be passed so we can own a house, to get a good education? Laws had to be passed. I remember I was 13 years old. I was born and raised in Mount Vernon, New York, right? 13 years old. Me and my boys, like these girls, lived in the neighborhood, right? And the girls' parents belonged to NAACP. And they were getting ready to do the March on Washington, right? So me and my boys, we wanted to hang out with the little honeys, right? So we got our little money together, and we were there when Dr. King said that I have a dream speech. I did not hear him, because me and my boys was following the girls, right?
Now, on the way back on the bus, did we find out why we went there? For the voting rights, for housing, you know. And then when we got back to Mount Vernon, we started marching up and down the street talking about Jim Crow must go, Jim Crow. I didn't know who the hell this dude Jim Crow was. I thought it was some white dude that nobody liked. It was laws that were passed. Coloreds can go in this place, whites here. Coloreds have to drink out of this fountain, whites here. Those were the Jim Crow. I learned so much that I didn't know.